Ladies and gentlemen of the press, last week, SOMA and other opposition groups received the second invitation for the resumption of Tumaini Peace Initiative on Monday, the 18th of November 2024. However, the government of South Sudan, as expected, failed to turn up again. Meanwhile, the opposition, stakeholders, regional and international observers have honored the invitation. This repeated abscondment of the RT Gono shows dearth of political will to rescue the state from imminent collapse and total disintegration, resulting from its failure to implement its own agreement, the RRCs, over the past 6 years. This attitude clearly demonstrates the government's insensitivity to the plight of the people of South Sudan. The case in point is the failure of the RT Gono to pay the civil servants, the army, and other organized forces for over a year as a result of endemic corruption. Whenever the government receives money earmarked for paying salaries, it is often diverted and looted by cartels. More importantly, the government doesn't care that the population is impacted by the worst humanitarian disaster, catastrophic flood, persistent communal violence, and rampant insecurity. To our dismay, the RT Gono has changed its delegation after having negotiated and agreed on the Tumaini Consensus. The new delegation is largely composed of an anti-Tumaini elements. With that, it is clear the government is reneging on the Tumaini Consensus, which it had negotiated. This shows the serious lack of good faith and unwillingness to conclude the Tumaini peace process. These explain why the government failed to turn up for the signing of the Tumaini Consensus on 16 September 2024, as agreed by the parties and stakeholders. The opposition and stakeholders remain on the negotiation table and have been patiently waiting for the government delegation to return and sign the Tumaini Consensus as agreed. Lual Dau, Secretary-General and Spokesperson of SOMA and other opposition groups, Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for listening.